oxidation of fatty acids. So to understand it in a better way, let's begin with a little chemistry of fatty acids. Suppose this is a fatty acid. It is numbered from this carboxyl end as 1, 2, 3 and so on, and the carbon atom adjacent to this carboxyl group is known as alpha, beta, gamma, and the methyl and from the methyl end is numbered as omega 1, 2, 3 and so on. In the oxidation there are number of types of oxidation. Of this, beta oxidation is more common. In the beta oxidation of fatty acids, there is a successive removal of two carbon compounds, that is acetyl coenzyme A, and is typically involves this beta carbon, and there is a cleavage in between this alpha and beta carbon, and it is known as beta oxidation. Other types of oxidation of fatty acids are the mitochondrial beta oxidation can smoothly oxidize unbranched long chain fatty acids up to 18 or 20 carbons. So fatty acids that do not fit this description requires additional enzymatic reactions. So the methylated fatty acids require alpha oxidation initially before they can be beta oxidized, and the medium chain fatty acids are degraded by omega oxidation, and very long chain fatty acids are handled initially by peroxisomal oxidation pathways. Let's begin with the beta oxidation of fatty acids. So the beta oxidation may be defined as the oxidation of fatty acids on the beta carbon atom. This results in the sequential removal of two carbon fragments, that is acetyl CoA, and the site for beta oxidation is fatty acids are oxidized by most of the tissues in the body. A brain, RBC and adrenal medulla cannot utilize fatty acids for energy requirements, and the subcellular site is the enzyme machinery for beta oxidation of fatty acids is located in mitochondrial fraction of the cell, and the beta oxidation of fatty acids involves three stages. The first stage, which involves here activation of fatty acids occurring in the cytosol. The fatty acids are activated to acyl CoA by thiokinase or acyl CoA synthetase. The reaction occurs in two steps and requires ATP and coenzyme A and magnesium, and fatty acids reacts with ATP to form acyl adenylate, which then combines with coenzyme A to produce acyl CoA. In the activation, two high energy phosphates are utilized. Since ATP is converted to pyrophosphate, the enzyme inorganic pyrophosphatase hydrolyzes pyrophosphate to phosphate. The immediate elimination of pyrophosphates makes this reaction totally irreversible. And the second stage is transport of fatty acids into mitochondria. The inner mitochondrial membrane is impermeable to fatty acids. So a specialized carnitine carrier system or carnitine shuttle operates to transport activated fatty acid from cytosol to the mitochondria. This occurs in four steps. The first step is acyl group of acyl CoA is transferred to carnitine, catalyzed by carnitine acyl transferase 1, which is present on the outer surface of inner mitochondrial membrane. And the second step is the acyl carnitine is transported across the membrane to mitochondrial matrix by specific carrier protein. And the third step is carnitine acyl transferase 2 found on the inner surface of inner mitochondrial membrane converts acyl carnitine to acyl CoA. The carnitine released return to cytosol for reuse. In the next stage is beta oxidation proper in the mitochondrial matrix. So each cycle of beta oxidation liberating a 2 carbon unit, that is acetyl CoA, occurs in sequence of 4 reactions, that is oxidation, hydration, oxidation, cleavage. Let's see with the first, the oxidation. Acyl CoA undergoes dehydrogenation. FAD dependent flavoenzyme acyl CoA dehydrogenase. A double bond is formed between alpha and beta carbons. And the next stage is hydration. Enoyl CoA hydratase brings about the hydration of the double bond to form beta hydroxyl CoA. Now the third one is oxidation. This beta hydroxy acyl CoA dehydrogenase catalyzes the second oxidation and generates NADH. The product formed is beta keto acyl CoA. Now the cleavage starts here. The final reaction in beta oxidation is the liberation of 2 carbon fragment acetyl CoA from acyl CoA. This occurs by thiolytic cleavage catalyzed by beta keto acyl CoA thiolase, or simply the new acyl CoA containing 2 carbon less than the original re-enters the beta oxidation cycle. The process continues till the fatty acids is completely oxidized. Palmitoyl CoA undergoes 7 cycles of beta oxidation to yield acetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA enters citric acid cycle and gets completely oxidized to CO2 and H2O, releasing this reducing equivalence, which enters the electron transport chain to generate ATP. So the energetics of beta oxidation of palmitic acid. Complete beta oxidation of palmitoyl CoA, that is 16 carbon fatty acids, occurs through 7 cycles of beta oxidation yielding 8 acetyl CoA, 7 FADH2 and 7 NADH. 1.5 ATPs are generated by each FADH2 molecules and 2.5 ATPs are generated by each NADH molecule in electron transport chain. The oxidation of an acetyl CoA in citric acid cycle yields 10 ATPs. Therefore, when a 16 carbon palmitic acid is fully oxidized, a total of 108 ATPs are generated. The net gain is 106 ATPs as 2 high energy phosphates are used during activation of fatty acids. So now this is for the palmitic acid, and next for the myristic acid, which cycles in beta oxidation are 6 cycles and yields a total of 112 ATPs, and palmitic acid, as we know, that 106 ATPs, and stearic acid is 146 ATPs are generated. Regulation. Availability of free fatty acids. Free fatty acid depends on insulin to glucagon ratio, and glucagon increases lipolysis. Increased free fatty acid increased beta oxidation. The availability of free fatty acids regulate the net utilization through beta oxidation. The level of free fatty acid in turn is controlled by glucagon to insulin ratio. Glucagon increases free fatty acid level and insulin has opposite effect. So next one is carnitine acyltransferase 1 is the regulator of entry of fatty acids into mitochondria. Malonyl CoA inhibits carnitine acyltransferase 1 activity. Thus, during fatty acid synthesis, the beta oxidation is inhibited to prevent futile cycles. Before starting with the disorders of beta oxidation, let's see a case here. So what might have happened? A distraught mother brought her 4-month child to the emergency department, saying her child, which was apparently fine in the morning, was not waking up after its nap. After all resuscitation efforts, it was declared brought dead. So maybe sudden infant death syndrome, that is due to, let's try to understand this here. Sudden infant death syndrome, deficiency of medium chain acyl CoA dehydrogenase. Milk is rich in medium chain fatty acids. During sleeping, the medium chain fatty acids are utilized as source of energy in infants. If the enzyme is deficient, medium chain fatty acids cannot be utilized, so more glucose is utilized, leading to hypoglycemia. Next disorder is Jamaican vomiting sickness, caused by eating unripe ackee fruits due to hypoglycin A, which inhibits acyl CoA dehydrogenase, leads to hypoglycemia, convulsions, coma and death. And another type of oxidation is beta oxidation of odd chain fatty acids, results in the formation of propionyl CoA. The odd chain fatty acids are oxidized exactly in the same manner as even chain fatty acids. However, after successive removal of 2 carbon units, at the end 1 3 carbon unit, a propionyl CoA is produced. This propionyl CoA metabolism, which requires 2 vitamins, and propionate is a glucogenic and Let's begin with the cycle here. So the propionyl CoA is also derived from the metabolism of valine, isoleucine, methionine, threonine, and propionyl CoA is first carboxylated to methyl malonyl CoA by biotin dependent carboxylase, and then racemase acts on dimethyl malonyl CoA to give L-methyl malonyl CoA. So then the L-methyl malonyl CoA is rearranged to form succinyl CoA by L-methyl malonyl CoA mutase. The reaction needs vitamin B12 coenzyme. The succinyl CoA then enters TCA cycle, finally converted to oxaloacetate, and is used for gluconeogenesis. And inborn error of propionate metabolism, propionyl CoA carboxylase deficiency causes it is characterized by propionic acidemia, ketoacidosis, and developmental abnormalities. In the methyl malonic aciduria, some patients respond to treatment with pharmacological doses of vitamin B12. This group will have a defective formation of adenosine B12 with deficient mutase activity. The second type will not respond to cyanocobalamin and has a deficiency of enzyme racemase or mutase. The methyl malonate affects the metabolism of brain, leading to mental retardation in these cases. Next type of oxidation is oxidation in peroxisomes. This peroxisomal beta oxidation handles very long chain fatty acids, that is from 20 to 26, which are poor substrate for mitochondrial beta oxidation. The process is similar in mitochondrial beta oxidation with significant difference. The action of first enzyme differs. Acyl CoA dehydrogenase produces hydrogen peroxides rather than FADH2. In peroxisome, the FADH2 is not linked to electron transport chain for generation of ATP, but it transfers reducing equivalence directly to oxygen, yielding H2O2. And here catalase, an enzyme located in the peroxisomes, converts hydrogen peroxide to water and molecular oxygen. This is modified form of beta oxidation and leads to the formation of acetyl CoA and hydrogen peroxide. This system does not attack short chain fatty acids. So beta oxidation ends at octenyl CoA, 8th carbon atom, which along with acetyl CoA is transferred to mitochondria and further oxidation. So role of peroxisomal oxidation to shorten the side chain of cholesterol in bile acids formation, and peroxisomes takes part in synthesis of ether lipids, plasminogen, dolichols, etc. And the clofibrate, a drug used to treat hyperlipidemias, increases peroxisomal oxidation. Zellweger syndrome, inherited deficiency of peroxisomes. So Zellweger syndrome is a rare inborn error of peroxisomal fatty acid oxidation due to absence of functional peroxisomes in all tissues. As a result, the long chain fatty acids are not oxidized in peroxisomes and accumulates in tissues, particularly in brain, kidney, and muscles, and usually results in death by age 6. And alpha oxidation is a minor pathway occurring in endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria. It removes one carbon unit at a time from carboxyl end. That is, oxidation of carbon, alpha carbon occurs. So unlike beta oxidation, the function of this pathway is not the production of any high energy phosphate bonds, but rather the degradation of methylated fatty acids. This process occurs in brain and other nervous tissues. Rifson's disease, phytonic storage disease, is a rare neurological inborn error of alpha oxidation, results from deficiency of phytonic acid alpha hydroxylase, an enzyme required in alpha oxidation. There is accumulation of excessive quantities of phytonic acids. To summarize, removal of one carbon at a time from the carboxyl end of fatty acid is termed as alpha oxidation. This pathway does not produce ATP. The enzyme catalyzing are alpha hydroxylase, and the site is brain, and the intracellular site is microsomal endoplasmic reticulum. So the phytonic acids has a methyl group at C3 that prevents beta oxidation. This methyl group is removed by alpha oxidation to form pristinic acid, which then undergoes beta oxidation. Here the methyl group deficient enzyme is phytonic acid alpha oxidase. Phytonic acid has a methyl group on beta carbon, so beta oxidation cannot take place. So accumulation of phytanic acid in the nerve tissue, peripheral neuropathy, ataxia, and anosmia, deafness, visual problems, skeletal growth impairments, and treatment for this, exclusion of phytanic acid from diet. And omega oxidation. Omega oxidation is a microsomal system for oxidation of omega carbon atom most remote from the carboxyl group in fatty acids to produce a dicarboxylic acid. The basic reaction catalyzed by monooxygenase that requires NADPH, oxygen, and cytochrome P450 occurs in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Medium chain fatty acid mobilized from adipocytes, triacylglycerol stores are oxidized in the liver by omega oxidation. Let's do a self-assessment here. Palmitic acid on complete beta oxidation produces how many ATPs? 106, and beta oxidation is increased by glucagon, and beta oxidation is inhibited by malonyl CoA, and fatty acids which are glucogenic are odd chain fatty acids, and linolenic acid gives less energy than palmitic acid. This another self-assessment here, sudden infant death syndrome, which is related to medium chain acyl CoA deficiency, and Jamaican vomiting sickness, which is related to unripe ackee fruit, and propionic aciduria, which is related to propionyl CoA carboxylase deficiency. And here Zellweger's syndrome, which is related to the peroxisomal defect, and the next one is Refsum's disease, which is related to the phytanic acid alpha oxidase, and the dicarboxylic aciduria, which is related to the omega oxidation increased. And let's thank you.